You know what's really hard is being a healer in this world that we're living in right now. As a massage therapist and Reiki master, I want nothing more than to, get people out of their pain from work, from whatever it is they're dealing with, and to help them to heal themselves. And, as a healer, it's not always about living in a unicorn world on nice, bright, fluffy clouds that's going to take us away from it all. As we've been seeing everything that's been going on, we all fall from grace. As a Reiki master, I could be, trying to quell tensions and you just love yourself or love that, but it's so the divide, I'm on the left, and I'm not a radical leftist liberal, but that's what we're all being called, right? I usually consider myself more democratic with a moderate inkling, and that's a lot of because I'm an entrepreneur, business owner, and but radical leftist scum. I like rebel leftist scum better because it's like the rebellion, right? But that's these words that get thrown out. All it does is inflames anger. And I know, fuck ICE. And seeing the middle, fuck is like the word of the year right now. Fuck is going to be Times word of the year. And it doesn't help. I know as much as we all want peace and we want, diversity, we want acceptance, we want all these things, but there are people who don't. And it's hard when this rhetoric and this hateful stuff on social media is coming out and all these terrible things that are said, but it doesn't help when we say shit back. And I'm guilty, right? Like when I see somebody post something that's absolutely ridiculous and hateful and just mocking somebody who's trying to do something good and quell the energy, and it's not helping. We, I will admit, we aren't making it better. And I get it. Protesting's a great thing, and look what Minnesota. Look what we've done, and we're showing the world up, and everything that's going on is hell. And I feel so bad that I can't be there. I can't help people, and when I say that, I want to genuinely help, whether it's imagine how tense and people are from, constantly monitoring, walking in the streets and, living in fear and not getting out. So many people are coming together and helping deliver the food. And, it's Reiki is a great thing in this situation. It really gets us to take some time to breathe, to get a little bit of sanity in our world that we're seeing daily, scrolling, laughing, and, it's more hate and violence and yelling and blame than we're seeing comedy. And I wish I could project more of that, being in entertainment. And, I've got some ideas, but it's just getting the motivation to get it going. It's just it's a really tough time to be a healer, and to tell people to calm down, because it's not it. We're not getting anywhere with it. It's going to constantly be a back and forth. And I don't know where I stand here. I want to be that Lady Liberty with the scales, right? Like we need balance, and there's no balance. We're out of balance, you know. And it's hard to come on here and to think that, I'll get people that are either going to say really terrible, hateful things, or either agree with me, like, yes, we do. So I don't know. It's become harder for me to, go against the resistance and, comment hateful things right back to these people. But a lot of the times you realize that they're bots and trolls, and you can find that out when you click into the actual profile. You see that, this guy's only got 15 followers, no profile picture, his username is weird, it's misspelled. A lot of that stuff is automatically created, and it's created from everywhere, all around the world. People who love the chaos, people who side with Trump can create, multiple accounts. And I mean, it can be said on both sides, but if you're responding to a real person or not. So I don't know where I'm going with this, but I just want to help people. Like, people are having strokes and heart attacks. I don't know if you heard about the story of those two women who were detained by an ICE agent, and he started having a stroke when he was in the car with them. I mean, it's, and they're on, I'm sure they're jacked up on, Monster and Red Bull and whatever it is to get them in that, that mood and that, that intensity, that anger that they've always felt, and then here's just Minnesotans on the other side, like, dude, just be nice, like, you don't have to do these bully tactics. Like, we have a right to be here. We have a right to speak our mind. That's what freedom is all about. That's what America was founded on. Those are the values that are being stripped from us right now. But anyway, I just wanted to come on here and just talk about that as a healer. I'm finishing up my online Reiki course, Mystic Wellness Academy, if anyone's interested. I have a paranormal twist to it because that's a lot of my backdrop as well, is a little bit of the paranormal, but ultimately it's still about healing and Reiki and how to help heal yourself, to calm yourself down, to help other people if they're going through, any emotional and physical problems. Reiki is a really great outlet, and it's that time that you give yourself to meditate and give you an opportunity to just be in silence, be quiet, be heart-centered, be grounded. We all need more grounding because right now we're up here. We're all up here right now. We just have to come back. I threw a post out there. Imagine one day that not one protester goes out on the streets. Can imagine like how the ICE agents would be like, what the fuck's going on? What are they planning, right? But instead, all of us protesters are inside making meals with family, with friends, with neighbors, with, the immigrants who have the legal status that are living in the neighborhoods, and just getting together and just being amongst each other. I don't know. I didn't get many comments back on it, but, that's my thought, but will it happen? Who knows? All right. So that's my 9 minutes. All right, everybody. Peace out within. Be heart-centered. Be grounded. And just take some time to breathe. We'll get through this. All right. Bye-bye, my friends.